This is a dream eater monster. They feed on human sleep. Every night they sneak into human bedrooms. They use their breath to wake their victims up, then open their mouths wide and cover the victim's head. Only by doing this can the monster fall asleep. The humans under the monster's control are fully conscious all night, but they can't move a muscle. They remain trapped like this until the sun rises. One night a man walked into a hotel carrying a package in his arms. Once inside his room, he immediately locked the door behind him. In the hallway there was a strange old man, who kept staring at him. After entering the room, the man immediately emptied the contents of the package. It was full of chains. The man used the chains to seal the windows shut, as if fearing some monster might crawl in. Even after doing all of this, he wasn't at ease. He started checking the room, even checking under the bed. Once he was sure no one was hiding, he grabbed a hammer and went to sleep. The man quickly fell asleep. Suddenly a shadow darted past him. Then a green gas rushed toward him. The man, still asleep, was startled awake, but he couldn't move his body. He could only watch in horror as the monster moved closer. It wasn't until the next morning that the man was freed from his paralysis. But what happened that night broke him. The man couldn't understand. He had locked all the doors and windows. How did that monster get in? The doors and windows hadn't been broken, so it seemed like this wasn't the first time. The monster's appearance, combined with a few sleepless nights, had shattered his mind. A volunteer on the street noticed him and approached to check on him. The volunteer mistook him for a homeless person and suggested taking him to a shelter. Suddenly the man lost control. He violently shoved the volunteer to the ground and began attacking. The volunteer was killed on the spot. Soon Nick received a call about the incident. There were several witnesses to the crime. The police quickly tracked the man's whereabouts. Nick led a team to surround the hotel, but when they identified themselves as police, the man refused to open the door. He claimed that a monster was trying to get in and he had nailed the door shut. Nick immediately took action, forcefully breaking down the door. The man was arrested, but he kept insisting that a monster was out to get him. When Nick saw the sealed windows and door, he believed the man was suffering from a mental illness. Just as they were about to leave, the strange old man appeared again. Back at the police station, Nick immediately pulled up the man's records. According to the file, the man had no criminal history, was in perfect health, and had no history of mental illness. This raised a red flag for Nick. He suspected the man had experienced a recent shock similar to how people react when they encounter a green monster for the first time.